All right, Benny Mahoney, on a big card here, Joe Opetaia's world title defence. You must be excited to be on a platform like this once again.
Yeah, it's massive. To fight on that one in January was huge. To fight on such a big card, Tasman's putting on a stellar card. There's huge undercard on it as well. Joe's fighting for the world title. It's such a sick venue. It's got a massive crowd. Or again, the Gold Coast is home for me. So, I'm excited to be able to put on a good performance and make sure everyone can see that I belong where I'm fighting at.
Where does this win, this fight, where does this put you? What sort of path does it put you on moving forward?
It's huge. It should put me well into the top 15 in the IBF, which is what we've been chasing for a long time, just getting into those ranks because that's where the bigger fights are, the belts are, the money is, all that kind of stuff. So to go in there and put on a dominant performance, it just will throw me into that mix with the big boys.
Talk more about you in a minute, but what do you make of Jai's fight? He's been chasing those unifications for some time now. He can't sort of land it. What are your thoughts on all that?
Mate, I just think I've fought on Jai's cards for a long time now. I've seen him progress through the Oz rankings and I've seen him earn everything that he's got now. So I just want to see him at the top, getting the biggest fights, doing the biggest things. And I don't know much about the guy he's fighting, to tell you the truth, but if it's anything like the last couple of performance Jai's given, I think he's the best in the world in that division. I can't see anyone getting in his way. This is just his time and his roll on. So see him getting another stoppage and I hopefully see him get the big fight that he deserves next.
What about the stable at Tasmin Fighters, yourself, Connor Wallace, Justice Sooney, Joe Opetaia? Talk to us about, that little stable of fighters.
Yeah, it's massive. It's the best boys in Oz. The fact that we can all come together and fight on the same cards on the Gold Coast is huge as well. Any of those undercard fights or those main card fights could be a main event on any other show. So it's good to be in the mix with those boys, and it's good to be representing on such a big stage as well.
Looking back on that fight you mentioned off camera, Koen Mazoudier fight, controversial sort of decision there.
Yeah.
How do you look back on that fight, and how did you sort of rebound from what was a controversial draw?
Look, some fights are close. Sometimes you could have got the win, sometimes you could have got the loss. It's subjective to who's judging on the night or I suppose how you feel you went. I've had fights that could have gone either way, but that fight couldn't have gone either way. I won that fight hands down, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just another decision, another fight in my career. Like I said, I've had heaps of Thai fights before. I've lost fights. Losing a fight's not a big deal. It's just with boxing, obviously, it makes such a dent losing a big fight, especially when it's for a title. So for me, it was just kind of getting my head around, all right, what's the next step? How do I get myself back into that, I suppose, title fight kind of space? It didn't really change any trajectory of the career. We just went back to the gym, started training, and lessons be learnt, and just be careful taking certain fights on certain cards moving forward.
Every time Ben Mahoney's name gets sort of mentioned, there's guys like Nikita Tszyu, particularly. Would you entertain a fight with a guy like Nikita moving forward?
Progression fights for me, man. I would not say no to the right fight ever. I would fight anyone in the world. It does not faze me as long as it's the right progression, and as long as it's for the right reason. I don't want to get caught up in the Australian circuit and fight the same guys and chase my whole life training to just end up here doing the same thing. I want to get international opponents. I want to progress. I want to get into the world rankings and fight my way through them. If these guys are in those rankings, any Australian that's in those rankings that will progress me, I welcome it.
I think Nikita's ranked now by the IBF, so
Yep.
could you see yourself in that fight?
Yeah, anyone. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's Nikita or if it's Tim or if it's anyone overseas or anyone here. It doesn't faze me. It really doesn't.
How do you sort of see the Australian landscape at the moment? So many great fighters, Jai, Justice, Tim Tszyu, George, yourself, Liam Paro, the Mahoneys. It's a great sort of, time for Australian boxing.
Yeah, it's huge. There's so much stable here. I think we don't get enough credit for it worldwide. Like, there's so many former world champs, current world champs, future world champs here, and the standard of the higher level here is massive. I just think it's sick. I think it's proof that we can breed some really big killers out of Australia.
What's a day in the life of Benny Mahoney look like at the moment? What have you been sort of doing in and out of boxing?
Just working and training, just doing clients' PTs on the side. So I just wake up, train, do some PTs, walk my sausage dog, hang out with my wife. Just the Gold Coast life, I guess. Just trying to make the dream happen, try and make ends meet with Koen, and just a normal person, bro.
You had that inactivity there for a while. How was that to deal with, particularly mentally?
That was hard. That was hard, man. To be honest, like that was probably one of the hardest couple of years I've had in the sport. Just knowing that, I can't go too far into detail. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but you go overseas, you sign with someone who hangs that golden carrot and promises you the dream, and then they bench you. It's just a bit of a kick in the ass, but it's okay. It was just one of those things I just had to keep biting down, keep training, not think too much about it. Just one of those stay on the bike kind of things. And I'm super fortunate that the guys with Tasmin, Nick and Fran, have come forward and given me the opportunity to right my wrong decision, I guess, and give me a platform and keep me active again. Because it was shit. It was a hard couple of years, just kind of going, well, I'm getting towards my 30s, 30 now, but in that period, they're the peak. Some say the peak of your career. So to kind of get to that point and have no idea what's next, it was a bit confusing and a bit hard. But we're back on track. We're back in focus and back moving again.
So you got married recently as well. Has that sort of shifted any mindsets going into fights? You're fighting for your family now, I guess.
Yeah, man. It was a year anniversary on the weekend, which is crazy. It's gone so quick. It spins me out. But it's massive. Again, for the whole, some people get motivation from this, that, or the other. It's always been about me and to have a wife, and to in the near future we're going to try for kids as well. So it does give you a new drive and a new reason for what you're doing. It's not just me anymore.
So what can we expect to see from you on June 8?
Just another good boxing outing. I'm not here to. I don't want to be rude or snob, but I'm not here to impress anyone specifically. I'm here to win my belts, win my titles, make my dream come true. Put a big fight on for my fans, for the people that support me, for Tasmin. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to win, and however I do that is however I do that. But you can know when you come and watch me that I'm going to put on a good performance. And there's always a chance of a knockout, but you're always going to see a good boxing performance.
Nice one, mate. We'll see you there.
Awesome. Look forward to it. Thank you.